Welcome in, everybody, to the DNVR Rapids post-game show presented by Vodka TV. And I got two words for you, baby. Winners. Wow. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You love to see it. Man, what a game. Rapids win 1-0. Drew Moor rides off into the sunset with a win at home. We got a lot to talk about there with his press conference, his man in the match. Great game from a lot of the young guys. Diego Rubio gets one step closer to the goal record. Tons of positives, and who better to talk about it with than my guys? Oh, the Yoselin is back, baby. It is our guy, Yahir Vazquez.
What up, guys? How you doing today?
Couldn't be better. Could not be better. And the man I hung out with at the tailgate before the game, the photographer extraordinaire, solo Rapids viewer today, downtown Duane Brown.
Drew, what's up? Good
Dude,
to
you're here.
Be on the show.
Dude, guys.
Be at the game.
There's about
all of it's good.
There's about 5 ways we could go with this, right? There's Drew Moor. There's the young guys. There's just a win, a good start to finish win. There's Diego Rubio. Where do you guys want to start? Like, where do you guys want to go with this?
I think we should just go right into Drew Moor, kind of give him his flowers, well-deserved flowers.
Take the whole garden, my guy. It is flowers for Drew Moor. He was so great in the post-game presser. We were talking to him. The quote, my favorite quote was John Bobiak, legendary photographer, was asking him, you said he answered a question, was like, yeah, like this is my last game at least, or something like that. And he like was pressing him a little bit. And he said, yeah, I am retiring. Yes. No Tom Brady over here. Like he, like he is awesome. Content. He is happy. He came in smelling like beer because the whole locker room had dumped beers on him when he made it inside.
Dumped beer on him. He wasn't out there playing drunk for 30 minutes, right?
Cold Stone style. No, man, he was great. He came in a situation that he described as not wanting. He wished it was 4-0, and he came in at the 90th minute and could just throw up the peace signs. But he had to work. He was on that back line with 10 men defending a 1-0 lead, and he was great. Yeah. What was your takeaway from Drew today? And you've been a Rapids fan forever, so I mean, what are your thoughts on him retiring and all that?
It's just a fun thing to see, man. He's an OG. Though I was just thinking about today, man, the amount of great players that's worn that burgundy and has represented that badge has been incredible. And Drew's up there with them, man. Drew represents Colorado. He represents Burgundy AF. He represents what being a Rapids fan is, basically. He sticked through the good and the bad. And I thought it was just awesome to see him come in here and get his retirement against the other team he played with, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, full circle. Big full circle. 18 years, over 401 MLS appearances, I think, maybe 402. Duane as a season ticket holder for a long time. What are your thoughts on Drew as a Rapid? The moment you had today. All of it.
He's like the example of what a fan favorite is, and
oh yeah,
he's always been there for the fans. And I think the best example or story to tell about Drew is that when Drew went up north to go win his second MLS Cup, when they came to town to play the Rapids, after the match, I remember Drew going around and signing stuff for Rapids fans, even though he was, not wearing the burgundy and blue at that time. And that's just the kind of guy he is, and like that's what makes him a fan favorite. In addition to being part of the legend that is the 2010 team, and just being a fixture of the Rapids. So, just such a good human being, nothing but great things to say about Drew, and just really glad to see him come on the pitch and immediately get involved. Like I loved it that he took the captain's armband when he went
Oof,
in and
was
immediately
dope.
it was awesome.
Yeah.
And like immediately was the captain. Like that was down at my end, and it was just like he was pointing and telling guys where to go. And it like you said, it wasn't that coming in at a 4-0. It was
It was like
coming
time to
in
get
when the
to
game
work.
is still going, and he had a couple of really great clears, really cool diving header. Like dude came in and started making it happen. So just such a great dude and a great way for him to finish. Love him. Nothing but good things for Drew.
Yeah, dude, seeing Drew was just great.
He was great in the presser, man. He if you guys can find that video after, they'll definitely have it up on Rapid's website. He was great. He left with some advice for the youngsters. Talks about what he's gonna miss and pillar of the community, pillar of the Rapids. And he kind of left it with like I'll be around, like they're not like these young guys haven't seen the last of me. Like, everyone he's going to be in coaching or, if it's getting on the radio calls with Connor Cape or, whatever that is, he's doing broadcasting for DU. He's a legend, and he's
former Rapids podcaster, Drew Moor.
That's right.
That's right. Very true.
The OG.
So he'll be around.
Yeah.
And
it was good to see. It was also really good to see a nice crowd at the stadium for his last game. I thought that was really a really cool thing to see.
Kevin with a great question. Do you retire? His number?
I don't think so.
There's no retired numbers, right?
I don't think soccer.
Pablo's is retired.
Yeah,
you're
Pablo's
right.
the only one.
That was last year.
I think you go for it. Why not?
I'd
who
be
else
totally
are you
fine
going
with
to?
that.
Who else? Like, there's
what
like,
about Casey? Was Casey's retired?
Yeah, but you can't retire a 9, right? Wasn't he number 9? Like, that's like a critical soccer number for strikers. That's like a tough one to.
Yeah.
3 though. 3 you could retire. 3 you can retire. 3's not like every team has a 3. Well, they probably do. I don't know. Whatever.
I'm a big don't retire guy. Don't retire numbers guy. So.
All right, just get a statue up front.
Yeah, I'd rather go a statue than retire a number. Honestly, I think statues are. I think statues are definitely deserved.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into the game then a little bit. 1-0.
Yes, Ring of Honor. He is worthy, Kevin.
Yeah, every team definitely has a 3-1. I know.
Sure.
I misspoke there. It's definitely. It was a great game. This was probably one of the better, more entertaining Rapids games start to finish that I've seen this season. They were in control. There was a couple minutes here and there where they weren't, but for the most part, possession was good. Defense was good. They went to a back 3 with Keegan in the middle. Didn't see that one coming at all. But he was great. He had a couple one-on-ones with Jesus Ferreira. I just, Max was awesome with the ball at his feet all game somehow.
He also didn't make any critical mistakes, which is awesome to see.
Let's get into Max. Let's get into that. This was the first game, and let's go to the Max. It was man. I was talking. Who was I talking? Omar. I was talking to Omar after the game, and I was like, "This is the first time where I was like, after a game where I was like, Max is a midfielder. This was his first competent in possession, crisp passing, right decision, orchestrating a little bit, like directing the ball a little bit. It's just impressive all around. What did you guys see from Max?
That, man, exactly that. He was active the whole time. He didn't lose positioning. He kept to what his original role was, and it was really nice to see him do a little bit of yoga bonito here and there. He was taking on a few guys. He wasn't afraid, but he also wasn't overdoing it. When he had the open pass, he immediately took it, which is the biggest issue with Max. He thinks he can do everything by himself at times, and that's just not how soccer works. So seeing him out there and just playing that team soccer was really good to see.
Dwayne?
Yeah, agreed. I mean, one specific play was right towards the end when we were down a man. It comes down into the corner. And I remember leaning over to my buddy Michael, who was there repping his DMVR Rapids shirt at the match. And I just leaned over and I was like, dude, that was such an FU. Like, if I had a name for that play, like that was it. It was just really fun to watch him just kind of burn a dude with his feet, you know. And so yeah, the whole match, I thought Max, we saw a lot more of him. He seemed a lot more integrated into the game than we usually see him, in my opinion. And it was good. And you know, like you guys said, no like drastic turnovers or anything. And that FU at the end was just that was the cherry on top for me.
Yeah.
So definitely was, man.
Let's see who else. Rubio gets his 15th of the season. He's now one shy of tying Connor Casey's single season goal mark. Just a beautiful goal. Beautiful.
It was
beautiful goal.
It was awesome.
One of his better goals this year, I think.
For sure. Also, I was surprised he wasn't as aggressive as I thought he was going to be.
I don't know. He was firing every time he got the ball.
They were feeding him the ball.
They were feeding it, but I expected it. There were a couple of times where he could have just shot it, like, and probably had a better shot. But he took that extra pass, which I was surprised, honestly. Like, I thought he was just going to shoot everything, but he was trying to win, which I thought was.
I mean, Mikey,
you're right. Yeah. I did notice the extra passes when he was getting in close. I was like, oh, he's going to pull the trigger. And then he'd shoot it over to Barrios or somebody, you know. So you're right. Gosh, I wanted him to have two. I was so upset when they subbed him out.
I wasn't.
I turned it out.
That red card happened, and then I was like, man, they probably shouldn't have pulled everybody good on the rest.
Yeah, it made sense.
Yeah, it made sense. Then when the red card came, I was like, oh, okay, well, maybe that was fortuitous.
I think the best thing about the win, though, like in general, like even if they had tied, I thought was the effort, which is so easy to lose all effort in a game that doesn't mean anything to you anymore, actually, and you're still out there playing full speed. I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, I mean, it was the offense I thought as a whole was really good. Really, Jossie was great on the break
right from the beginning.
Even
out of the positive, I had a huge negative.
Okay.
Which was the more I saw Barrios play, the more I'm like, he's awesome, but we need to improve the wings more than ever.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like, really.
I saw, as I was going down to the presser, I saw Yahya on his crutches, and I was just like, man, you should be getting those minutes today. This is that, like, you know, they already know what they're going to do with Mikey's option, whether or not they've said anything, right? Like, they know if he's going to be back or not. Sam, they're locked in for 2 years with an option after that. Lewis, he'll be back next season, but no doubt there's Galvan going to play more on the wing. You know, there's a lot of options there. And, you know, I thought Mikey had a good game. Sam had some moments. You can tell he's lost a bit of a step, though, definitely compared to his first run here. But I thought overall, I thought he had a pretty decent game. Had a nice pass on that break. That was like Giassi, Felipe, Rubio, and then Sam took one touch and kind of launched one in. I mean, like I said, there's not a ton of negatives. Gus, I guess we could get into the Gus card. I saw the
referee. I just want to go on record with that referee sucks.
Hold on.
That referee sucks. That's it. The end.
And that was the record.
That was it.
I saw the foul out of the corner of my eye because I was tweeting, of course. Stupid.
Yeah.
Was it as bad? Was it? He had a yellow card in his hand, right? Like,
yeah,
he had a yellow card in his hand, and then what's his name from Dallas was just grilling him, and then he put it away and pulled out a red. Well, did you had the best view, Duane, because you were right there.
Yeah, I watched it.
Was it a red?
That was not a red. No,
not a red.
No.
Yeah.
No. It was a yellow.
And it wasn't. He didn't have a yellow, so it couldn't have been a second yellow. Yeah, it was straight red.
It was. Yeah. It should have been a yellow. The commentating team, also English and Spanish, is just like, yeah, that's a hard foul, but it's not an intentional foul trying to hurt him. Or even stop him. He was going for the ball, and the ball just went way ahead. That should have been a yellow. He wasn't trying to stop play. He wasn't trying to injure. he got up and immediately got it was not anywhere near red. It should have been a yellow.
I mean,
Yeah.
even from where I was up in the box, you could see the yellow in his hand. So it's strange that he switched it based on Dallas complaining to him.
It's because he sucks.
Yeah.
There you
So
go.
once again, that guy sucks.
All right. Dwayne,
Just want it on record, that guy sucks.
Dwayne, how'd you feel
That
about
guy
the refereeing today?
I thought he sucked.
What's your
And then, man,
professional
even there
critique
was,
of the
like,
guy?
He called a few soft free
Yes.
kicks towards the end there when they're
Yeah.
defending for their lives. The yappy on the break barely nudged a guy, blows the whistle. Yappy gets a yellow. Yellow for Yarby for time wasting, which isn't his first this season for doing that, so it's not like a crazy call, but like, come on.
I've seen way longer. I've seen
I
way
also, though, that
longer
last free
not
kick-
get a card.
He took that free kick with like 5 minutes in, the goal kick like 5 minutes into stoppage time, right? That last
Yeah.
free kick, and I was like, just take it, just take it, just take it. Don't get a red, just take it. Just don't get a red, just take it. Like, like
took a
just
while
go,
on
Man,
that
I'm
one.
up there. I'm
go,
up
go.
there. Yeah, I'm up there yelling to Yarby, "Take your time, buddy."
No, I was like, this
That's
guy's
that
gonna
guy.
give you a second yellow if you mess around with
Yeah.
this at all.
That ref just started getting drunk with power. It feels like
Drunk
I feel
with
like he
power.
wanted like an intent ending. That's really what it felt like.
And it was, but it was a great
Yeah.
win.
Like he really wanted a Dallas goal there at the end. So
Dallas.
I want to
was playing for
preface
something.
all of this with I hate Dallas. So
Whoa.
yeah, there are two teams that I loathe. Obviously RSL,
Fake Salt Lake. Yep.
but I might hate Dallas even more than RSL.
Wow.
So,
I actually like Dallas, which is crazy. Like
thumbs
me too.
down.
Yeah.
And I have a good buddy, Eddie, who came up through their academy, and the straw that broke the camel's back for me was that Cerna injury years ago. Those high cleats coming in and putting him out for the season. I already didn't like him, and that to me was the end. I was like, I will always hope that you lose every match ever.
that's what we got to do. A hate
Plus
list
Oscar,
this
Oscar
offseason.
building up our team, and then he just like dumps and just heads off. I got a lot of history with FC Dallas, so
I love
yeah,
their
thumbs
academy.
down.
I guess I don't really love their team. Their academy is just unreal.
I don't mind their team. I just like
Yeah.
their academy, which by
Yeah.
which
Thumbs
then by
down.
proxy.
Yeah, their academy is the realist.
Yeah, they're in Union are the two best.
Yeah.
In the league,
Yeah.
easily.
Let's
And it
see.
shows.
Oh, where'd Union finish? Did you guys see that? I know they were losing at halftime to Charlotte.
I have no idea.
Be interesting. That's an
I
interesting
think
one.
they lost.
Ooh.
I feel like I saw they lost.
in Charlotte is rough.
They lost, and I think it was like a significant
Four-
one, like
oh.
4-0. I think it was like 4-0.
Big loss.
Yikes.
Yeah.
See, that's how you don't come back from a international break. Actually, and I saw, shout out to Joseph, saw this is their Rapids only win off of an international break this year. They've lost the previous, I think, 2, maybe 3. But yeah, they got the win. That's how you come back. Let's see. We talked Max. What else you guys want to get
I think
into?
we should just talk a little bit more. I think we should get a little bit into the negative and then finish out positive.
Okay. Sure. Any other negatives?
My negative was the wings.
Yep. Dwayne?
Ref.
Like, just put Frazier as the referee and we're gonna be okay.
Oh man.
You know, God, I don't have a lot.
It's not a lot,
yeah,
dude.
I
The only
don't
reason
either.
the negative of the wings, it's not that they played bad today.
Yeah,
It just made me realize like how much the Rapids need new
Yeah.
wingers.
B-Ray's right. No negatives for today. We hit the ones that could have even been, and those were light.
Like nitpick. It's
Um,
like future negative, literally.
All right, we'll get into our positives, but first, let's talk about the homies at Vodka TV. Vodka TV is the GOAT in Colorado sports programming. That is the greatest of all television. Let's see. I should probably have the ad copy ready. Look, you can get Altitude. You can get AT&T Sportsnet, NFL Network. I mean, you have one more Cello and Fleming game. One more for the Legends, which they had a really nice send off for them with C38 today. We were there for that. So yeah, I mean, check them out one more time. And if you need TV, get Ivaka and you can watch it next week on decision day. All in crystal clear HD while using less bandwidth, and enjoy over 60 entertainment channels, including news, movies, and more. Turn your home into the ultimate game viewing zone. You can even stream your teams from your phone, laptop, or tablet when you're on the go. You can add on a discounted Sling TV bundle to get ESPN and more. Ivaka is only $25 a month plus a $5 receiver fee. Right now, Colorado sports fans get $10 off per month for your first 3 months. To score this deal, go to evoca.tv/Colorado10. That's evoca.tv/Colorado10. No contracts, no catches. Ivaka is TV made for champions of the remote. Thank you, Ivaka TV, for sponsoring the show. Okay, let's get into some good stuff.
Gus, I thought Gus was dope today.
Gus was good today.
Dude, I totally agree.
He made no mistakes. I mean, he made a couple, but I think one of them was Keegan's fault because Keegan doesn't know how to really play that center back position,
pivot,
and he moved.
He never played a 3-man pivot probably ever in his life.
Yeah, and it was like a really hard. Like Gus tried to head it to him, and Keegan was like on the right side because that's what he's used to. And then Gus was like, "You're supposed to be over here." Thankfully, like, it happened. But I thought Gus was really good, man. I thought Gus played great. I thought slow day at the office, but he stood his ground, and I think that red card was really unfortunate, but I thought he played great. I think he's going to be a great rotation player next year.
He didn't have really anything to do for the first 45.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, the whole back line, it took 5 minutes for the ball to get back in. It took over 5 minutes for the defenders to get a touch. It felt like to start the game. I mean, it was immediately Rapids in possession, but when they did, I think Keegan would like that touchback where he cleared like a over the top ball and it missed the flag by like this much, and it was a corner, and you could tell he was super pissed. But I mean, those are the negative. Those are the negatives we're talking about today. Is these little tiny things,
little tiny plays, not like whole performances, which is really rare for the Rapids this year.
Yeah, man. Gus. I mean, we've said it on this pod several times, but center back is kind of the position to look at next season, right? Like, this is the one that's open. Like, who is it going to be? Wilson and Lawless? Like, I think the center backs this season have played themselves in a position where no spot should be safe on that back, in the middle of that back line. Now, Gus has had some rough performances, but this is one in the right direction.
That you could definitely build on. Unfortunately, no longer this season, but
yeah, because Lawless will be back. Wilson will probably start,
and he has the red card too, and he can't.
And he has the red, so yeah, he's done.
Yeah, no matter even if he was of it, even if
I was like, what are you talking about? But you're right. Oh man, that's brutal. We might get another Drew Moor sighting next weekend, man. At this rate.
That'd be awesome. I'd love to see some more Drew Moor.
Yeah,
give me some more.
Oh man, missed opportunity. Someone mentioned on our game day graphic. Should have said one more.
Pope.
OR time.
That was not a missed opportunity. I wouldn't think of that. And I thought of that, but I'm like, this is the last
midnight.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
No, I thought of that, but it's also like this is our last home game. Like that was a club graphic and not
totally,
yeah, totally for sure.
So that's why Moore was spelled correctly versus
correctly, yes.
Moore. So for our Twitter fans who want to fix the graphic, it's a club graphic, not a person graphic.
We had no price, right? You had
which was strange as well. Weird
hamstring
for the last
picked up a hamstring.
Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
Yeah, again for the second time this year.
Yeah,
that dude can't catch a break. It's season from hell for Price. So Price, Acosta didn't get the start, right? Ralph, but you had Max, Felipe, Rubio, and I really liked what I saw with the Max Felipe midfield, like a lot.
Very creative, very will take you on, which was really
great
fun to
touches.
See.
Great little subtle touches to turn a defender the wrong way.
The three of them are like very like I'm gonna face you and I'm gonna beat you.
Yeah,
like all three of them are not afraid, but they also know the key passes to make. They love doing those little passes where it breaks the defense.
Yeah,
where they're running like 2 feet behind the defense and they just breaks it. I love that so much from the three of them. Go ahead.
Oh no! I'm just. You were right. That's what
I
I was
also hate that I didn't see Priso that much or
Yeah.
Yappy only the last 10-20 minutes, which sucks.
Yappy had a good 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it just sucks that I thought today would have been the perfect day to just start playing the kids. A little bit of like Drew Moor passing on the torch to the new kids would have been dope.
I mean, Gus got the start, Max got the start.
Yeah.
Yappy played 20 minutes.
Yeah. I think I'm more upset Ralph Markinich didn't get any minutes.
Sure. Yeah.
So I think those are the
I get it with no Lawless though. I get not playing
yeah.
Markinick, right? Because you're down one more defender. But overall, I mean, you gotta like what you saw from the young kids. The guys on the options. Let's kind of talk about that. I think that's a nice little thing there. There was 5 starters in this game that may or may not be back next season, right? I guess 6 if you count Rubio, but I don't see any world where they don't at least pick up his option, let alone find a new contract, right? So, Mikey B option, Zardes free agent, Lucas and Felipe end of their
loans.
Thank you. Words are hard.
Good thing you don't work in an industry that you need words.
Needs them. And then who else am I missing? There's a 5th who may or may not be back. Zardes, Barrios, Lucas, Felipe,
Drew Moor.
You're right. He might not be back next year. Beta has an option.
That's it.
Beta's one of those ones to me. We can decide. I mean, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
If he wants to come back, yes, that's a great bench guy to have.
That's a super veteran. That's exactly what you need.
Easy, yes, not expensive, easy, and he played well. He played well at a position he's not really his position. Had to cover a lot of ground. Did a very good job doing so. Loved that. Barrios, great game. I thought he had very good runs of form and very good work rates and didn't get results this season, right? Yeah. So it's tough to knock the process. It's very easy to knock the results.
Yeah.
Do you pick up that option?
Yeah. And you let go of Sam Nicholson if you can.
Who wants him? Duane, what do you think? You watch Mikey all the time because he's on that right side. He's right in front of you. I mean, what do you pick up that option?
I mean, you guys know I'm a Barrios fan, so
it's hard not to be.
As a fan, I'm like, yes, of course I want to see him back. Like he's always, if he comes on as a sub or if he starts, he's
probably gonna have
instant. He's instant energy. At the same time, we've got Galvan that's going to be back.
Nicholson, Lewis, Yahya,
and so
Max.
It is getting crowded, and I hate that. It's a great thing to. I mean, I don't hate it. Obviously, it's a bummer that's a position where we have a bit of a log jam there. So, I would love to see him come back and maybe play as a sub. But again, like all of my decisions, and last minute, I had to miss a show on Thursday, where we were going to talk about all of this stuff. And thinking about that all last week, prepping for Thursday that I was not on the show. So
that's how good you are at podcasting, my guy.
3 pages of notes. I was ready to go. In doing that and thinking about it, it's all about what are the consequences of keeping somebody, and do the consequences of not getting this or that outweigh keeping somebody on board. And so as a fan, I want him back. As a business person, like if I'm running the club, then probably not.
Yeah. Fair. I thought I've really loved his work rate today. He was hounding that back line. There was no easy possession for Dallas today, playing out of the back, and that started with Mikey. Some nice runs, obviously gorgeous assist on Rubio's goal. Gorgeous.
The more I see Barrios play, the more I wish Nicholson hadn't been signed, because that's a spot that would have been Barrios's, and then with Yahya out, that would have been the way to go. Just have Barrios be that third winger, and then have Galvan, or go get another winger, and then you have Lewis, Galvan, Barrios, and Yahya if he hadn't gotten injured, and that would have
That's
been your
perfect.
4 wingers.
Yeah.
And then you just don't have
Yes.
Nicholson, but now Nicholson is taking up a spot that shouldn't be there. Which
Yeah.
sucks.
I think that was a bit of a panic move, honestly. And now it kind of creates a logjam where you almost can't pick up Mikey's option, right? And you did it for all of 1 goal in like over 1,000 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Like no assists.
I think it also doesn't help out. I think it helps out Barrios that Yaya got injured.
Yes, that is actually his saving grace. So maybe we'll see him back. They can obviously negotiate buys. They have a straight buy clause for Lucas. It's an expensive one, but they also have a ton of GAM. So, and
you never know.
You just saw that come out that the average MLS team is worth over $500 million. Go ahead and spend the GAM, guy. Go ahead and
gam it up in here,
go ahead
boy.
and lock Lucas in. Offensive Lucas. I even made sure to note that to Duane during the game. He was awesome today.
I thought defensively too. I thought he just had a good game all the way around.
Yes, one of his best games of the season. Honestly,
sure.
Probably his top 3 games offensively. One of his best games defensively. Overall, he was unreal.
Yeah,
I think lock in that buy clause if you can. That GAM burning a hole in my theoretical pocket. Go ahead, Felipe. Again, it's one of those things where it's like. It's a crowded midfield. But he fit in. The Chilean homies, like creative as hell, great left foot, can fill in on all the free kicks when Price is out. Go for it. Why not?
I keep harping on this, and people are like, it's only 4 more games. It's only how many more? There's going to be more games next year.
A lot more games.
Injuries happen. If they go far in either tournament, you're gonna need bodies because you can't exhaust your players.
Yeah, I'm not gonna rule out a run, although Fraser's track record so far has been one and done in tournaments, but that doesn't mean they won't catch fire at some point in a tournament.
And it doesn't mean that you just never know, but you got to be prepared. You don't go into a tournament thinking, oh, it's only a 1-game tournament. Why would I prepare for? I'm not gonna win more than 1 game. Why would I prepare for more? You're guaranteed 4 more games. A plus your MLS season, and then if the Rapids are good, some of your players are going to be called up to their national teams.
Yes,
so you got to be aware of that too. So you have to start having that influx of players that you can maneuver, and also you play midweek games where you just got to like shift your players so they're not exhausted. And who knows, Arsenal or somebody calls next summer, and it's like, hey, do you guys want to play a game with us? We'll give you $10 million.
Yeah, let's go.
You know what I mean? There's so many things that could happen in your season that you just got to be aware.
Let's go.
Isn't that just taking $10 million from your one pocket and putting it in your other pocket?
Yo, it's tax-free. Let's go.
Big. Arsenal's got those. They're top of the Premier League right now.
Well, because you just never know who's gonna knock on that door and be like, "Hey, what do we have to do to get you to play against us?" You win $3 million.
I like your point about national teams too, especially like the post World Cup cycle, right? Some of these little tournaments and friendlies and stuff that are going to come up where the senior guys are like, nope, like I am resting. You can call up wherever you want. I am sitting at home or on a beach or wherever, but I'm certainly not playing international games after the World Cup. So you do have chances for guys like Lewis to maybe make a camp or like, guys like
Garby, a Lucas Esteves who maybe gets a look from Brazil because he's having
because why not?
Yeah, like you just don't know, like, and you just have to be ready for that.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe and you can't have enough vets. I think the MLS is a league where you need vets. You need guys who know the pace of the game and can control these games that just go off the rails in moments, right? Like the Rapids were in a comfortable. Yes, it was only a 1-goal lead, but it was a comfortable game. They were dominating possession. The defense was looking sharp, and then in the blink of an eye or in the blink of a Dallas complaint to a ref, the whole game flips instantly, right? And you have to have guys who are poised and can handle those situations. And I think if you can lock up Felipe, do it. He's been great. He's only gotten better throughout the season too. So I think you get an off season of him hanging with Rubio and getting comfortable. I think he'd be great. Zardes, Yeah. I mean, Zardes was great all season, in my opinion. I know people disagree, but I think when your 3 wingers combine for 9 assists, you can't be mad at your striker only having 9 goals.
Yeah.
To me, that's just kind of like you don't get both, right? Like it's
my anger.
I feel like Zardes is going to be a financial mistake.
Yeah, thank you.
They have enough money. They have more than enough money.
But that money runs out
We don't know how much money it's going to be.
Well, if they sign him to if they re-sign him for 3 years, it becomes a big financial commitment. If it's 2 or 1, it is not. So we'll see what he's
I don't know what those. I haven't been able to find what those numbers are anywhere, but it seems
he does not make the runs. That's not watching Zardes play. That dude is in position always.
Yeah, but there's also there's things that your 9 can do to help out your wingers. So that's why I'm like,
but you also signed a poacher. He's a poacher.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That's why maybe you don't need a poacher.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think if Diego
Rubio
is
drop
proven,
all of that, if you're going to drop all of that money,
10.
if you're going to drop all that money, I wonder what else is out there that is maybe more of a not have to wait NBA poacher versus
if Rubio is a true goal scoring 10, like top of the box, a little out of the box, you want a poacher like that. Like you want a striker in front of him who can clean up stuff in the box. Like that's what you want. That's the exact.
Yeah, and I love Zardes for that, but is that worth paying historic club money for?
And that is
I don't think
too.
That's what that's gonna be. That I think you guys are overpricing him.
I'm just looking at what I've read, and it looks very scary to me.
I'm not
what's scary.
The incentives are scary
because we have other things we have to fix.
They have so much GAM. Like they can afford anything this offseason. They have so much GAM.
The thing, GAM runs out quick too, because it starts going quickly. You got to make sure. And this team, it doesn't only have one hole, which is the 9, has multiple holes to fill.
That's what I'm saying. There's multiple holes.
Yeah,
I am not worried about Kroenke's money with a Super Bowl and a Stanley Cup.
He doesn't spend it on
I'm not worried about it.
You got to take it more. That's why you got to take advantage of the GAM that you do have and fill up as many holes as you can, and not just put it all in one.
I believe in continuity. You have a vet. You have easy marketing with him, name recognition for the casual fan, ticket sales, jersey sales, all that. I have been staunchly pro the move, and I will remain so throughout the course of this offseason.
I loved the move for this year. I just
this year I thought it was
I feel like that money could be crippling.
It's only getting more money. Like this is like when the NBA signs a big deal and you're like, oh my God, that guy's the highest paid player. And then the salary cap spikes because of a media deal. And all of a sudden that big deal isn't a huge deal. It's like a large contract, but it's relative. MLS money is only increasing, and it's going to increase dramatically over the next couple seasons.
Yeah,
dramatically. Any big contract signed, contract signed this offseason that's big is not going to be.
That's why I don't like the Arsenal. That's why I don't like the Arsenal $10 million deal, because it's not going to go to us. It's going to go to
the Rams.
The Rams.
It's going to go to Odell Beckham.
No matter who you get the money from, it's not going to go to the right place regardless. It's not going to go to the
Oh, man. Well, look, to me, I mean, what's your guys' biggest takeaway from today? Mine is and I said, what do I want out of this game on Thursday? And I wanted to win. Right? Like I wanted Drew Moor to get right off into the sunset, and I wanted the win. And you got a 1-0 dramatic down to the wire in front of a huge crowd win. And that to me was the biggest thing with the way this team kind of finished these last couple months. You got the win at home. And to me, that kind of ties the bow on it. Yes, you're not going to the playoffs, injuries, bad luck, regression, all of that. Yeah. But you got the win at home in exciting fashion in front of a packed house. That's my biggest takeaway. What about you guys?
How about you, Duane?
Mine was I didn't. This is gonna sound weird, but it didn't matter to me if we won or lost.
Yeah.
I was just there to enjoy, a home match one more time, and so I was really there, just kind of enjoying the vibes, just enjoying Rapids vibes today, and they were great, man. From Dev figuring out how to cook frozen blocks of hot dogs which no one saw those behind the scenes, but like dude was working magic behind the grill.
He's also on the field for the fan stuff. I saw him like grab a picture.
So just seeing, seeing some of our friends and homies over at the tailgate. There he is. Look at him go.
Yeah. Go Dev
machine.
Just to getting in the stadium, people were having fun, and everybody was cheering for Drew, and we want more chants. We're going, and it was just awesome. Man, the vibes were good, man. Yeah. And it's
great vibes.
We came out onto right from the beginning, like pressing hard and playing offensive soccer, and the weather was good. It was just good.
It was
vibes,
perfect.
Yeah, it was just good vibes. It was good. Sure. Also, here's a little tag. Mitch doesn't have to eat ketchup hot dog anymore.
Let's go! 9 points out of the end, baby. You love to see it.
With 1 game left, let's go.
You love to see it.
So good things for Mitch today too. Real good things.
I was not ready to dunk a full hot dog in a vat of ketchup. Not ready for that.
You might just do it for fun now.
I found a video on the internet. I'll send it to you.
It was a fun run watching Mitch sweat about ketchup hot dogs. I'm not gonna lie.
All right,
and that was still maybe the boldest prediction I've ever made, and it was looking like it was going to come true. So
you were close.
I feel good about it. Yeah, it was real close.
I think for me, the biggest takeaway was the effort. The effort in the crowd were I love seeing that none of the players gave up. They played the hardest I've seen them play almost all year, honestly. Sure. They played harder today than they played in that Philadelphia Union game that they had to win, or that Nashville. Right. It really felt like that they were out there for pride, for the badge. They did it for the people that were in the stadium, which I feel like the last few years, sometimes the team does lack that fan camaraderie like that some other teams have. And it felt like today they did it for everybody. They did it not just for themselves, but they did it for the badge that they wear. They did it for the burgundy color. They wanted to go out there and show that this year was a fluke and that they're trying to build off what's left and that they're a better team that they showed. And then they finished in the standings. And also the crowd being into it. On TV, it looked like a great crowd. I don't know, you guys were there, but on TV, it looked like the people were entertained. It looked like it was
loud.
And it just, that's what we kind of need. Like, the Rapids just need to get together and be the team they want to be. And it was just fun.
Yeah, man. Great day, man. Great game, great win. We have a interesting couple weeks coming up. Obviously, decision day Sunday. It's going to be an interesting one. Could be a completely resting Austin since they're not playing for a 1 seed, and I don't think they'll even be playing to secure their 2 seed after Dallas loses today. But I'll have to check the standings after that. Maybe a big time show on Thursday.
We'll see. We'll find out here tomorrow in the next couple of days.
Big announcement early week. Maybe. Who knows? I don't. Or maybe I do. Who knows? Guys, go ahead. Plug away.
Follow me on Twitter. Follow the NVR Rapids. Look out for an announcement. Give us a 5-star review and give us a like on this YouTube channel as well.
Like Downtown Duane Brown.
Yep.
Real quick, if you're watching on
Duane Brown, no.
No, you
real quick. If you're watching on Twitter, always switch to the YouTube channel. You can actually comment, and we can actually read your comments.
Yes. All right. Downtown Duane Brown.
True. Same. Yeah. If you like what you're seeing, shoot us a like on there. If you're not following us, I think everybody in the comments is following us. On Twitter.
Yeah,
I think you do. If you're not, follow us at DNVR_Rapids and DNVR_Sports so that you can say hi, tell us what you like, what you're looking forward to for us to cover. And that's we just really appreciate it. It's been such a fun season covering home matches with you, and we got one more, and we're gonna have a great off season too. So we've
Ton
been
of
planning
off-season
we have
content
a lot of stuff we've been planning. So it's gonna be fun.
Ton of
Stick around.
World Cup content. World Cup content. It's going to be so lit.
Bunches.
So lit. Bar's going to be going for all those games. It's noon start time. It's going to be fun as hell.
Watch
Come on down to the newly
alongs.
renovated DNVR bar. Oh yeah, drop them in the chat. Look, buy our merch right now. As soon as this show ends, go to the locker, get your scarf, get your shirt, get a DNVR shirt, get a DNVR Broncos shirt. It's Broncos season. Get all of it. Get styled out. I will send it to you personally, or maybe Riley will, my merch guy. But one of us is going to send it to you. Do it. Get your membership to DNVR Sports. Follow me on Twitter. You probably already do. Watch the Rapids. Look for this giant mega announcement we may or may not have. Maybe.
It's way cool.
It's pretty tight. And then more important than any of those things, up the pits.